Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel. To see you all here once more is fantastic. Today we're delving into a topic that many people find sensitive: the sensation of being left behind a narcissist without any compelling justification. We want to investigate this together since it may be a very confusing and difficult experience, and will help to clarify the feelings involved as well as the road towards healing. You are not alone if you have ever found yourself wondering what happened in a relationship with a narcissist. Knowledge of the dynamics involved will enable you to recover your power and peace of mind. Imagine living in a relationship where everything first seems ideal. You feel as though you are the center of their universe when your spouse lavishes love and attention upon you. You feel you have found someone quite unique and savor their love. But with time the reality starts to change. The appeal wanes and the apparently perfect facade begins to show flaws. It frequently seems like being thrown into an emotional tornado, one that leaves you confused and struggling with the aftermath. When a narcissist chooses to leave you without any clear explanation. A complicated personality quality, narcissism is marked by a great lack of empathy for others, an inflated feeling of self-importance, and a great desire for adulation. Involving a narcissist usually centers on them, their needs, and their wants. Initially, it can be seductive since they may idealize you and make you feel special and loved. But this idealizing period is sometimes followed by a rapid devaluation, in which case you could find yourself treading on eggshells, unsure of what might set off their next negative outburst. Why thus do narcissists quit relationships without providing a convincing justification? Their susceptibility makes one of the main causes of concern. Usually struggling with deep-seated fears and a brittle self-esteem under their confident facade, are narcissists they could worry and withdraw when they feel a relationship is growing important or calls for emotional commitment. They pick the path of least resistance, often ghosting you or offering vague justifications that leave you perplexed and wounded, instead of facing their emotions or the problems in the relationship. This abrupt departure can feel as though an emotional bomb has been detonated over your existence. Replaying every moment of the relationship in your memory, you could be left stunned and wondering what you did wrong. Was it what you stated? Something you done? This self-blame is a normal response, particularly because narcissists are skilled in contorting events to give the impression the guilt rests with you. Often lacking responsibility, they blame others to maintain their self-image. Sometimes a narcissist leaves in a way that makes their partner feel unworthy and abandoned. You could go through a rainbow of emotions: rage, grief, uncertainty, even relief. Recognizing that this emotional swirl is a normal reaction to the loss of a relationship, especially one marked by emotional instability and manipulation, is vital. Many people battle with emotions of inadequacy and self-doubt following such a divorce. You could start to doubt your value and wonder why you could have been so deaf to the indicators of narcissism. This introspection might escalate into a poisonous circle of negative ideas, therefore extending your emotional suffering. But narcissists are excellent manipulators, adept at creating an illusion of love and connection that eventually serves their own interests. The breakup of the relationship could have little to do with you, and everything else has to do with their incapacity to sustain real emotional ties. Lack of closure is one of the toughest things about being abandoned by a narcissist. Usually allowing some degree of explanation and communication, a normal breakup lets both sides communicate their emotions and come to an agreement. With a narcissist, though, you can encounter silence or cryptic communications lacking much clarity. Finding a feeling of closure might prove challenging since this can feel like being thrown adrift in a sea of unresolved questions. You must identify the behaviors connected with narcissism as you negotiate this emotional terrain. Knowing that the narcissist's actions result from their own problems, such as their desire for control and anxiety of intimacy, helps you to separate your self-worth from their behavior. Their incapacity to build solid, long-lasting relationships is not your fault. The difficulty, then, is identifying the negative dynamics and realizing that their absence is not a mirror of your personal value. Many times, narcissists depart and may already have someone else set up. Often providing affirmation, this new relationship helps them to keep looking for the appreciation and attention they so yearn for. This cycle of idealization and devaluation produces a pattern whereby they jump from one partner to another, never really resolving their emotional problems or building the ability for real closeness. Understanding this will enable you to see that their leaving is about their ravenous need for validation and attention from others, not about you. After a narcissistic relationship, the road to recovery can be meandering and protracted. Many people struggle with loss since the end of the relationship causes them to face not only the loss of their spouse, but also the loss of the future they envision together. This is a process of grieving the relationship that never really existed. A facade constructed on deception and fiction. Healing depends on you letting yourself grieve. Feeling depressed, angry, or bewildered is normal. These are genuine and required emotions. Seeking help during this healing path can make a big impact. Having friends and relatives who know your circumstances will help you get the validation and encouragement you need. Whether in a journal or in discussion, sharing your experiences will help you sort out the emotions that surface. A useful tool as well as therapy, which provides a secure environment for you to examine your emotions and create coping mechanisms for the fallout from a narcissistic relationship. Recovery depends critically on self-care. Participating in activities that feed your spirit, body, and mind will help you rediscover your value. Whether your interests are in mindfulness, exercise, or hobbies you enjoy, these techniques can help you take back your identity apart from the relationship. You will begin to heal from the emotional scars inflicted by the narcissist the more you pay attention to tending to yourself. You should educate yourself on narcissistic behavior and the mechanics of unhealthy relationships while you strive at mending. Knowing the psychological patterns that support narcissism can help you to get perspective and clarity, so enabling you to stop the cycle of self-blame and shame. Speaking your story can foster community and understanding, so you might also find solace in relating to those who have gone through similar events. Though sometimes a tough idea to understand, forgiveness is also rather important for your recovery. To be clear, forgiveness does not entail supporting the activities of the narcissist or condoning of their behavior. Rather, it's about freeing the hold their acts have on your feelings. While forgiveness might release you, clinging to the agony of the past can keep you anchored. It's a present you offer to yourself that will let you welcome fresh opportunities and advance your life. Another crucial component of healing is realizing your fortitude against difficulty. Retaking your identity is evidence of your resilience. Leaving a narcissistic relationship calls great bravery. Though you may have had great difficulties, every step you take towards recovery helps you to prove your capacity to overcome hurdles and come out stronger than before. Remember to set personal limits as you heal. This can entail cutting off communication with the narcissist or restricting events that set off terrible memories. Setting reasonable limits helps you to guard your mental health and concentrate on your road of recovery. It's quite reasonable to give your demands top priority and look for a place free from outside pressure where you might heal. Over time, the experience of being left by a narcissist devoid of any compelling cause can act as a potent spur for personal development. It could make you face areas of yourself and your relationships that require work, which will help you to really come to know who you are and what you really want in a mate. This increased awareness will enable you to make better decisions in next relationships, thereby creating the conditions for more contented relationships based on empathy, respect, and understanding. Though the road may seem difficult at times, know that mending is not straightforward. Though there will be ups and downs, times of growth and setbacks, you may reconstruct your life and come out with a fresh sense of purpose with patience and tenacity. Surround oneself with optimism and create surroundings that support development and self-discovery. Although it is a very terrible experience to be left by a narcissist without any clear cause, it also presents chances for change. Accept this phase of your life as an opportunity to let go of the past, redefine yourself, and enter a future full with possibilities. Recall that your choices of response to your events define you more than your experiences themselves. We appreciate all of you attending us today to investigate the difficulties of being left by a narcissist without any compelling cause. As you negotiate your own experiences, this conversation should have given you some insight, validation, and support. Recall that healing is a road trip and that it's acceptable to go slow. Should this video be of use to you, kindly consider liking, sharing, and channel subscription for other materials. Your voice counts. We would love to hear your ideas and experiences in the comments below. Take care of one another and yourself till next time. Keep in mind that you are strong enough to face any obstacle.